What's up guys, Emargy's back in the game, so welcome to a new episode of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. So today we're going to start the next case, the Abbey Grange affair. Let's do this.
No, the game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Okay, since he's trying to not fall asleep. Watson? Oh, hey Toby!
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is...
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Let me talk to the dog.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Is she's still watching? Looking out of the window. I can see her from here. Why is she doing this? She should be sleeping. Well, we should... What? What did it say? What? She should be asleep and we should be asleep. Everybody should be asleep.
The letter is on the table, Holmes.
Yeah, I know. Where's the freaking letter? What was that? Who's in here? Okay.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
Okay.
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
My dear Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it. As I have found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent. Okay.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Of an interesting morning. So then let's go to Abbey Grange.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She is in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Very good, Watson. So, let's look around.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Okay. Let me just have a quick look around.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
What's up, man? I think that is the room where she's in.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall. Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
Okay, I just wanted to say, how is it possible that he knows all these names? But I think they are... Okay, this was the correct room. They were under the painting.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
What happened last night?
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... Oh, God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Okay, let's have a look at her. So, the bruise on her eye is nothing anyone could oversee or overlook. Pale cheeks. Yeah, she's a rich girl. They were kinda pale. Overall. Anything else interesting right here? Because it goes around her face like this? I don't think so. Gold brush, kangaroo, and what? Australian Witchen, gold brush, kangaroo and emu. Okay. Elegant dress. Anything else right here? Perfect tits because she's kinda young. I hope she's old enough though. Old bruises. And the ring.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
Really? And your old bruises?
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
Your ladyship, what do you have to say, Teresa?
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
Certainly, sir, but she wasn't sitting on the couch. She was sitting in the air.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Really? Let's have a look at you. Wrinkles. Okay, that's nothing unusual. To be honest, everyone gets them. Working hands. Coffee stain. And there. Handkerchief. Vinegar smell resuscitation. Okay. Well, interesting. Inspect the dining room. Yes, I will inspect the dining room. Picture. Scratches.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
It looks like it. Ah, safe. That's cool.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Yep, we will. First we examine the small table. Let's check the photograph.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port. But which one?
I don't know. Can I see anything? No. Okay. What? I'm not done here. Or am I? Looks like I am. No, it's not green. Oh, I'm an idiot. I can turn this around. Open this up and have a look. Rock of Gibraltar, Adelaide, 1893.
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
And you just go there and steal the picture. Really? Sup, girl? Please open the safe.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
We have to, and we will. Is here anything else? Wait, normally the eye shows... Oh, she's standing. Oh shit. She's the small. I thought she were sitting or kneeling or something like this, but she really is that small. I mean, I don't want to talk about
Let us try.
being small. I mean, I'm not
This
that tall
safe
myself.
Can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. I'm not saying anything because I have to listen. And actually I thought... Are you serious? Let's go in the other direction. I have to try and error because... no, I don't want to skip this fucking mini game. Ah, this thing, the red mark on the right side on top just adjusted itself. Okay, he's doing that a lot. I mean, really? Ah, now it worked. Okay. I really have to look at the red things. Perfect. Yes! Took me long enough. A lot of money.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Right.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
And we have a medical report. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of a hepatic decompensation. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There's a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, which, in turn, is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to a fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. I've heard a lot of these words while watching Dr. House, but not almost all of them. I mean, I know body parts like liver, etc., but I don't know all the diseases in English. I don't even know all the diseases in German, to be honest. But well, okay. Then I would say that we will end this episode right here. I really hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button down below, leave me a comment, and then I will see you again in the next episode of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments.